We bring you part 2 today of the story about a Cal Poly freshman who went missing from campus 19 years ago. How the sheriff is handling the nearly 2 decades-long investigation.
See where the robotics club is taking its newest high-tech robot.
And later, see what Cal Poly students did to help a local boy fulfill his dreams.
On Cal Poly's campus. You're watching Mustang News.
Good morning and welcome to this 30-minute edition of Mustang News. I'm Allison Edmonds.
And I'm Michelle Logan. Mustang News starts now.
Last week we brought you part 1 of Kristin Smart's story, the Cal Poly freshman who disappeared from campus 19 years ago. Today, Olivia DeJaneiro shows us why the case has never made it to court and how the sheriff's office is handling the ongoing investigation.
On the advice of my attorney, I refuse to answer that question based on the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution.
This is the only answer Paul Flores would give in a 1997 deposition other than his name.
The guy wouldn't say a thing.
The Smart's attorney, James Murphy, says years ago, Flores' lawyer was negotiating a plea deal.
It was quite clear that he was trying to negotiate for a little slap on the wrist for Paul in exchange for turning over where the body was.
Flores would not agree to the deal.
In exchange for telling us where her body is, he would want a reduced sentence. And people don't do that randomly. They do it for their, to save themselves.
Kristin Smart was legally declared dead 6 years after she vanished.
There isn't hope for us to find her alive.
Smart's case has not gone cold for 19 years.
It's always been an active case because there's always been some form of leads coming in.
Her family says they have a renewed sense of hope since Ian Parkinson took office as San Luis Obispo County Sheriff in 2011.
We feel very blessed to have the support of Ian Parkinson because we have not had the support of past sheriffs.
And he says there are fresh eyes on Kristin's case.
Last year, a new investigator took over the case, which sometimes brings new ideas, new perspectives. Hopefully it's going to be sooner rather than later. But we have to do it right. And we ultimately have to be able to prove it.
19 years after Kristin Smart's disappearance, investigations continue, and her family is still searching for closure.
It's a battle, and this battle is not over.
Olivia DeJaneiro, Mustang News.
You can see the extended version of this video and the full story right now on mustangnews.net. Parts 3 and 4 of the story will be published there in the coming week.
Cal Poly Dean of Students Jean DaCosta has announced her plan to retire after this upcoming fall quarter. She's retiring after more than 20 years, starting in 1994 as the coordinator of the Employee Assistance Program. In 2002, she was named the Director of Campus Relations, and in 2003, she was promoted to Dean of Students, where she's been for the past 12 years. The university has already started looking for a new dean to replace DaCosta.
Cal Poly is now able to expand Learn by Doing opportunities for students thanks to a $500,000 grant. Cal Poly is one of 12 universities nationwide selected by the Economic Development Administration for a $500,000 grant, which will allow the university to expand the technology park on campus. Technology Park is a place where faculty and students can work with private companies on cutting-edge research and development projects. Jim Dunning, Program Manager for the Office of Research and Economic Development, says that the tech park on campus gives students a unique opportunity to practice Learn by Doing.
The companies here employ PhDs and employ scientists in their field that are experts, and they get to come into the classroom and help with guest lecturing and giving back, what they know as far as knowledge to the students.
Currently, there are 10 companies leasing space in Tech Park, ranging from biotech and biological consulting firms to software engineering, prototyping, and satellite firms. Moving forward with the grant, Cal Poly is looking at its options for improving and expanding the facilities. The Robotics Club is gearing up for an international underwater robotics competition in Canada later this month. Over the past 2 years, the students in the Robotics Club have been hard at work creating a robot that can perform simulations of various tasks, all underwater. At the competition, the robots will be judged based on their efficiency to perform activities against simulated currents and waves, and even in icy water to imitate conditions in the Arctic.
We're currently working on making our robot so that it can complete the tasks that are given to us by the competition. We recently got our robot driving about a month ago underwater. That was a really, exciting day for us.
Marine Advanced Technology Education hosts the ROV competition each year. And this year, the competition takes the club to St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador, Canada. The competition is held from June 25th through the 27th.
Over 25% of Cal Poly's turf is being eliminated as part of the university's drought response plan, and there are no plans to bring that green grass back. Students can expect to see these turf reduction areas covered in mulch when they come back next fall. Facilities employee Dennis Elliott said once the grass is gone, they will have plenty of time to plan and fund for a drought-tolerant landscape. The goal now is to join in on a statewide effort to reduce portable water usage by 25% in February.
We just had to make a programmatic decision that we needed to reduce our turf, to reduce water consumption. So that's part of a multi-pronged effort to reduce water in every category of use on the campus.
The drought response plan, turf reduction map, and the cost of the plan is online at calpoly.edu/sustainability. Coming up after the break, see what a group of Cal Poly students built to help one local boy.
And student horse trainers are taking Learn by Doing to a whole other level. Find out more after the break.
The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Jimmy can't sing,
and Tommy can't dance,
so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
More than 200 engineering seniors are finished with their senior projects, and one of these designs will have a lasting impact on one family. Reporter Leah Horner went out to the expo to see how the 3 students are changing the life of one special boy.
We tell them this is how God created him, and I always tell them that you never give up hope on anything.
Nathan can't walk, but has dreams of playing golf. A group of Cal Poly engineers have been working to make these dreams a reality.
Golfing's a big part of his grandpa's life, and I think that everyone in the family, and dads, and Papa, so everyone golfs, and I think that Nathan was wanting to golf.
So the engineers created an adaptable attachment that latches onto his wheelchair, a standing Danny. Joseph Garrett is one of the people who designed the tool.
He had to hit the ball with his front casters. So he had to get up really close, maybe a few inches, and just try to knock it in. and it was kind of difficult, and he wasn't able to challenge himself.
This putting green is just a portable example of the one that Nathan has in his own backyard.
Nathan, I'd say the first 5 shots that he made on the golf green where we live, he made probably the majority of them. So it was just like, not just a creation, but an actual perfect creation.
The team got to see their design come to life when Nathan tested it out in his backyard putting green.
You know, to see him smile so much and his mom smile was, I know, it was a really beautiful thing. In fact, actually, me and partner Delaney, she teared up a little bit watching it.
Nathan's mom tells him to never give up, and she hopes this project will help other children like Nathan.
Even walking with those e-robot legs, and actually, you know, there's obviously more in this era of possibility than there's ever been. So I always tell Nathan that anything's possible.
Leah Horner, Mustang News.
The Project Expo is a time for graduating seniors to display their work. Most have been working on their projects for around 9 months.
One student from the class of 2015 will win a new Apple Watch in 30 seconds. If anyone from the class of 2015 wants to be that student, the Student Philanthropy Council is asking graduating seniors to submit a 30-second video explaining how a professor inspired them. The Grateful Grads contest closes at midnight this Friday, June 5th. Contestants can submit their video to gratefulgrads@calpoly.edu. Students and the American Cancer Society teamed up to organize Cal Poly's annual Relay for Life. Reporter Citlali Santos met with a family at last weekend's event who had a special reason to join in the fight against cancer.
I was diagnosed on May 28, 2013. My life forever changed from that day forward.
You know that cancer is a thing and that it does affect people, but you never think it's actually going to affect someone you love or yourself.
It's a total shock. I mean, no one wants to hear that they have cancer, and it totally changes your life. You know, it's a big adjustment in a lot of aspects. I don't think I could have done it without my family, my husband, my kids, my mother-in-law, I mean, my best friends. I've had so much support, it just makes it a lot easier.
It helps reassure people that are affected when you have your family members around to help with that fight.
I've had 2 rounds. I just actually completed my 2nd round of chemo on May 18th, 2015, and so I'm kind of in the recuperating stages.
There is a strong support system for everyone who has and will fight cancer, and that we are doing such a great thing out here by having fun and raising money and awareness.
There's so many cancers out there, but for each time they can at least find a cure for one, that's one off the list.
It's a way to get people to realize that they have to listen to their body and they have to be checked by doctors.
It feels good having my family here and like showing them what I've been working on all year and knowing that I did this all for my mom.
Cal Poly volunteers will continue fundraising for the American Cancer Society until August.
A group of Cal Poly students is developing a carbon 3D printer on campus. The ongoing project is under development by Ryan Dunn and 4 other Cal Poly students. They're receiving funding by 2 sources, the Cal Poly's Innovation Sandbox, which is through an organization called Center for Innovative Entrepreneurship, and also the San Luis Obispo Hot House. Up to this point, they've received over $10,000 for the project. And despite having the means and resources for this assignment, it has not always been easy.
Just a lot of sitting there and thinking, this isn't possible, it's not possible, it's not possible, and finally you realize, oh wait, I've been stupid.
The students believe that they begin printing parts over the summer, and then they can begin producing industrial parts sometime in December and January.
Every year, the San Luis Obispo Concourse is held at the Madonna Inn Meadows, and this year gave car lovers a special treat. Every year since its start in 2007, the famous car show has been a benefit event for the Hospice of San Luis Obispo. The main event this past weekend showcased pre- and post-World War II vehicles, high-performance sports cars, hot rods, and vintage motorcycles. For this year's event, the 2 featured marquees were Cadillac and Volkswagen. The San Luis Obispo Concourse had become a local favorite over the past 9 years.
Student trainers had the chance to showcase their horses' athletic ability during the annual Spring Quarter Horse Enterprise Sale.
Oh, I got it ahead of me. Got 45. Got to be 5,000. George Gooden.
As of now, he's been the top seller, about over 16,000. So
Yeah, we're doing pretty good today.
17,
The name we call this is the Quarter Horse Enterprise, and what this involves is us selling our horses that we produce here at Cal Poly. The enterprise itself, the students start, train, and then sell the horse, and so they're involved in that complete process.
They're riding their own horse that they've trained all quarter, so it's kind of a show off of their own hard work. And on top of that, they'll come in, they'll work a little bit of cow, and then they'll come into kind of the lane, and that's where they'll get auctioned off, and then a new person will have a horse.
This is Starbucks. He just sold for $11,000, so we're really excited.
It's amazing to watch them progress. I think the big thing that I get out of it, I see horses come and go all the time. I'm in the business. I train horses also, and so I've seen horses come and go. But the students, that just how they change and just what that does for them, the self-confidence I think they get out of it, I think that's a big deal.
From doing it a couple times the past couple years, I know the stress that goes in, and I can actually see people kind of be rewarded for it at the end and look for that. So I think that will probably be my favorite part.
Not only does this unique opportunity promote Cal Poly's Learn by Doing motto, but it also produces a versatile horse and knowledgeable student trainer. City Regional Planning and Psychology are offering a multicultural opportunity to students. The class, Interlogue Dialogues, will be offered for 4th years this fall. However, this time it's more than just a city regional planning course. The psychology department will also list the course as Psych 304. The course meets once a week and is led by other students trained in facilitating. Intergroup Dialogues teaches students multicultural competence and diversity experience.
Even though it's going to be offered CRP and psychology, I think like engineers and biologists, I think everybody can benefit from this class.
Intergroup Dialogues is offered as a D5 and GE credit and is open to all majors. For more information on the course and how to become a peer facilitator, contact either the psychology or CRP department. Coming up after the break,
clouds, clouds, clouds. Get ready for the fluffy white stuff this week. Clara Knapp has the latest with your weekend weather forecast.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Can you tell me when it's
Separate
the
raw
last PSA?
meats from other foods by using
This is
different
it?
cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at food.
Good morning, and starting off your weather forecast today, we're going to take a look at some headlines for San Luis Obispo County. So it's going to be pretty cloudy today and Friday. There is a possibility of some slight chance of rain. coming into this evening, and there is going to be a little bit of wind, but it should remain below advisory levels. So today's weather, it's going to be a high of 69 in San Luis Obispo and a low of 54. It's going to remain pretty cloudy, but we may see some sun break through towards the afternoon. Slight chance of rain this evening, and that may continue through Friday. Taking a look at the weather forecast for the Central Coast, we see a cool trend today. Most of the highs are in the high 60s, low 70s. If you're planning on taking a trip to the beach, it may be pretty chilly today and Friday. Taking a look at the 5-day weather forecast, we see some cool weather today and Friday, high 60s as the highs, and then it's going to warm up on Saturday. That warming trend should continue through Sunday, Monday. Wednesday, we may see temperatures as high as the low 90s in the valleys and mountain regions of SLO County. That's all we have for your weather forecast today. Back to you at the desk.
Hope it starts warming up for summer a little bit.
Absolutely.
Got to catch those rays. Well, coming up, we see who wowed the crowd at this year's Spring Stampede concert.
And later, a new web series created in San Luis Obispo is catching the attention of viewers.
I know who you came here to see.
You guys going to my party on Friday?
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
All right.
What's up, dude?
I'm loving your jacket.
Don't be such a fag.
If you don't mean it, why say it? Words hurt. Think before you speak.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours.
Hi. May I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
More than 4,000 Cal Poly students filled the ASI Sports Complex for the first ever festival-style concert. Here's what Hoodie Allen had to say about performing at Cal Poly.
I said you're very popular here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Could you tell? Everyone loves
That's tight. Like, people thought I fell off at one point, so nobody was really messing with me. So I went back home and I just started recording myself because I knew how. Because nobody wanted to record me, nobody wanted to give me beats, and luckily I just knew how to do it already. And then I came out with songs with Nick Jonas, and everybody was like, wait, how are you? So
I don't shout to Alexander McQueen. Why? I don't even know what that means. I'm trying to live life on every day. So the mention that me was kind of a wet dream. Well, you don't got that.
The feeling of performing is often pretty surreal because you spend a lot of time as an artist writing, and you never know what the outcome is going to be or you know what the intended audience is, and then when you show up and you see people who have been memorizing your songs and who've been fans for so long, it brings it all, it makes it all worthwhile. So it's special, and I appreciate every opportunity.
ASI plans on hosting concerts like this every spring for years to come. Graduating art students are showcasing their best work of the year at the annual Senior Student Exhibition. The exhibition is called Exit and features the work of 16 students from different concentrations in the art and design department. This is the last chance the graduating seniors get to display what they've learned during their time at Cal Poly. The show runs through June 19th in the University Art Gallery in Dexter Building. That's all we have for Pollywood. Back to you at the desk.
Well, Hoodie, Alan, and Sage of Gemini, it was a great time. Did you make it out to Spring Stampede?
I did. I unfortunately had to leave a little bit early for studying for finals, but it was a good time.
Yeah, it was really fun. So coming up after the break, we will learn more about a dark comedy, apparently, that's coming to campus.
Indeed we will. Coming up after the break.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
A web series that is being filmed locally here in San Luis Obispo just launched their first episode. The series is called Nico Life, and it follows around Nicola Travis, an eccentric 20-something-year-old, being filmed 24/7 by his mute sidekick, Phil. This project began as the director Robin Sirium sat down in his apartment one day and started to write 30 pages worth of rants in the voice of Nikolai Travis. 2 years later, Robin, with the support of two other core group members, Jason Kaiser and Hartley Comfort, are managing to shoot, produce, act, edit, and lots more all on their own time, outside on their everyday jobs.
Every day that we spend on set, we learn about another puzzle piece that we didn't even know about before. And when we realize, oh my God, we need this puzzle piece to make it even better. And we need this one. And that's kind of what the episodes are for me. It's allowing us to find new areas of discovery and new things that we can learn. Yeah.
For more information, you can visit their website at nicolife.net and sign up to be notified for news and their monthly episodes. That's Mustang news for this Thursday. You can watch our broadcasts on Charter Channel 19, UHTV Channel 4.2, and Campus Channel 4.1.
And you can also find constant broadcast coverage on mustangnews.net. Have a great rest of your day, Cal Poly.
I gotta leave behind an autobiographical documentation. Even though the show is about me, it's for you guys. It's for your children and your grandchildren and your grandchildren's children, am I right? I really want to be open with you guys about who I am, where I'm coming from, basically, you know? And so, that's what I